to Two Tired Twats. That's my Carrie Carabas impression of the word twats. I am Patty Rossborough. I'm one of the two hosts, and the other beautiful host right here is Carrie Carabas, looking very gorgeous with her blown out hair. We have the best guest today.
We do. She's fucking adorable.
Adorable. She's young. She's everything I want to be. She's
Yeah.
young. She's hot.
Happy.
Happy.
Well, we don't know if she's happy yet, but we will
She looks
find out.
happy.
She looks happy. She's got a cute face.
Kick-ass body. Good
Kick-ass.
face.
And she can lift herself on a pole. And
She can
spin.
lift herself on a pole. She can turn upside down. And her thighs don't, crash
Rub.
together. And her underarms don't flap.
None of that.
Christy Monroe is here today as our guest.
Hi.
Christy is a stand-up comic who is very funny. And also, you tout yourself as a comic/stripper. Is that correct?
Yeah, the stripper comedian.
The stripper comedian.
Yeah.
But you don't actually
Tell a joke and strip.
You don't actually strip,
After
or do
every
you?
joke.
Damn straight I do.
Wait a minute, you strip in your act?
Yeah, so I have this thing. It's called a platinum stage. It's like a mobile freestanding stripper pole.
You're shitting me.
No, I shit you not. And I actually just came up with a great new bit that I've been doing that has to do with, basically mimicking a lap dance while I'm doing comedy. And I have a show coming up this Saturday where I'm going to do it in front of an audience for the first time, and I'm
So wait, you have a movable stripper pole?
yeah.
Like you never had one in your room.
It could be set up ananywhere.
But how would it hold the weight of a person? This it doesn't even make sense.
No, they're pretty interesting. They have a metal, really heavy metal base, and then you slide these legs in that stabilize it, and then these plastic things go on top, and then the pole sits in it.
It can carry up to her weight.
No. All three of us could swing around on it at the
Really?
same
At the
time.
same
It's
time,
not going
Carrie,
anywhere.
I think we have a future.
Yeah.
We have a future. Two tired twats, two stripping twats. How about it? We could be her opening act.
Yes.
Nobody wants to see us naked. Nobody wants to see us naked, Patty.
Can you
Nice
imagine
try.
me in a thong? It's so sad. I know. I don't let my
Oh,
fiancé see me
God.
naked. It must be fun to be cute naked, where you can just be like,
Free and love your body.
yeah.
I don't know what it's like to not love my
Oh,
body.
just wait.
That's good.
Wait,
That's good.
wait
So-
till you're 64.
But now, here's what I want. When did you decide you wanted to be a stripper?
When I was 24.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
24?
Yeah.
What brought that on?
Well, I owned a really successful mixed martial arts school, and I was married.
What do you mean you owned
You're a
it?
martial
Mhm.
artist?
Yeah, I've been doing martial arts my
What
whole
kind
life.
of martial arts?
I have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Shaolin Kung Fu.
She can kick ass
Oh
too,
my
Patty!
God, damn it! We need her. We need her to
Yeah.
kick people's asses for us.
So
Have
you own that, and what?
Well, I was married to a Marine, and we
Ooh.
lived at June 20th, 2009. We met in person on July 3rd, 2009, and we got married on July 6th, 2009 at
Okay, that's-
10:30
where were
at
your
night.
parents? Where were your parents?
Her
'Cause I
father's
don't give a
dead.
shit.
Her father's dead.
What jiu-jitsu? You know how to beat the shit out of you.
So wait, you bought the business with him, or it was your business?
No,
and then
no,
you
no.
married-
I started it by
Of
myself
course.
while he was deployed in Afghanistan
Oh.
with $60
Oh,
to my name.
wow.
Yeah. So
They don't send money back home from Afghanistan. They don't take care of the wife.
Patty, he's trying to stay alive. You think he's going to
No, but I mean,
send you food
doesn't
money?
the government send the wives money back home? or no?
It doesn't work like. I mean, just money went into our bank account, but that paid our mortgage and stuff.
Oh
so,
my God.
he was an E2 which is
an
a
E2?
really low rank. So
Oh, okay.
we didn't have a lot of money. So when I started my martial arts,
There
school-
is no low rank in the military.
Very good, Carrie. That's true.
Let's never say that again.
Oh, okay.
There's no low rank because the minute somebody steps foot to almost get killed, or
Well, a higher.
that's the
rank
highest rank you
would
can.
be.
I get what you're saying, but
Okay.
I would never say again. He's a low rank in the military because I think
She's saying everyone's a
Right.
hero who goes over.
I
think that's what she's
Yes.
I understand.
That's what I'm
and I
saying.
agree,
She understands, but she disagrees with you still.
In
Carrie.
But she's
terms
like,
of
well, he didn't
pay
get the money that we.
in terms of pay grade,
Yeah, she's just
he was a
saying
low rank.
He gets paid less.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
So,
like us, Patty.
so you have a martial arts school, and you teach at it, or you get people to teach at your school?
Yeah, I was the head instructor, and I also
The
had
head
8
instru-
employees.
Why are you such a businesswoman? Did you go to college?
Yeah, I got expelled from Pratt.
Because, oh wait, this is where the narcolepsy it's okay. Wait, there's too many stories going on here at once.
Do you want the story from the beginning?
Yeah.
Go ahead. We want to go from the beginning.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right. I was born in Lenox Hill Hospital.
That's where my daughter was born.
Oh, that's exciting. I have a very, very detailed theory that I was switched at birth.
What do you mean? Because you hated your parents?
No. I believe that my biological mother is my dad's sister, who's my Aunt Carol.
Okay, wait, hold on. Your biological mother is your dad's sister, your Aunt Carol. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe that she was young and she got impregnated by, who
A guy.
knows, some random person.
Yeah.
I think she tried to raise me for the first couple of months and then realized that she couldn't.
So her brother stepped in with his wife.
Yeah, so I think, she, gave me to my dad and my mom, who would be my biological uncle, and I wouldn't be biologically related to my mom.
Wow.
So
Did they have other children?
they had my older sister, who's 7.5 years older than me, and looks nothing like me.
Oh,
at all.
But you have a brother, though.
I do have a brother, yeah. So that's the wrench in the story, which my theories include, but are not limited to, maybe Aunt Carol had me and then accidentally also got pregnant with my brother, so both me and my
Did you
brother.
ever ask her?
I asked my mother,
What's her name?
Joanne.
Okay. Is she alive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But she said,
But why wouldn't she be? She's a baby.
Well, her father died when she was 11. I know
All
that.
right, well,
from-
that men usually go first.
Okay.
yeah. So, I've asked my mother, but she says no, that's not true. But then I'm like, okay, well, why are there no baby pictures of me?
Yeah, why?
And why don't you get the birth certificate?
So I do have the birth certificate, and it's and I also have this book from when I was an infant, born, that I guess the doctor was writing things like something was wrong with one of my eye ducts or something like that, but it's oddly incomplete, and you could kind of tell that there was something amiss going on
So
there.
did you ask your aunt also?
No, she has a lot of emotional problems and
Oh,
stuff.
you can't talk to her?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, and then your mother had your brother. That came out of your mom's vagina?
But what made you think that, though? What? I would never think that.
Okay. There's no baby pictures of me. The only
Well, you're the second kid. You're the Jan Brady.
It's true.
Everyone has a baby. Even I have a
my
baby
daughter
picture.
doesn't have that many.
You have one. She has
I
none.
do have one. Okay,
Okay,
fine.
go ahead.
I don't look anything like my mother at all, but my sister looks exactly like my mother.
Okay.
That's okay. That could happen.
And then I was telling
Do you look like your dad?
yeah, but he would be my biological uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was telling my dad's best friend, whose name is Mikey, about my theory, and Mikey said, I come to think of it, I'm positive I met your parents in 1988, and I'm positive that your mother wasn't pregnant, and that my wife was never invited to a baby shower, and I have no memory of your dad having a baby, and then all of a sudden one day, he just had this 2-year-old with him.
Why don't you do a DNA test?
Because the DNA would show that that could be your father because
No.
No?
We know that's her. Look, it specifically says this is the mother.
Oh, you could
if
swab
she
the
takes
mother.
her mother,
Yes.
Yeah,
takes her mother's toothbrush
yeah,
to a DNA place, your mother that raised you,
yeah.
it'll show that you're not anything of the DNA.
Would you ever
Yeah.
do that? Would she do that?
I've asked her, and she says, yeah, but then she
You have
kind
to
of
swipe a
avoids
soda
it.
can. You got to come over for lunch.
Yeah,
You give her a soda can and a cigarette,
okay.
and one of those two
Well, when
things.
she's sleeping and she's got her mouth open, take a long Q-tip and shove it in her mouth and swish it around.
Yeah.
I think you're right, though. I think people have feelings about who. Now, did your mother treat you like her own kid?
No.
Oh, that's the other reason.
So, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
What about pregnant pictures when she was?
no,
Zero.
none.
See?
Yeah,
She's
no
not your
pregnancy
mother. And if
pictures.
she didn't treat you like her own kid,
Yeah,
that's bad too.
yeah. So, it's actually a pretty crazy story. You guys ready for the crazy
Yeah, go ahead.
story
Bring
you
the
ever heard?
crazy on.
All right. So, I was raised in northwestern New Jersey, where I went to private Catholic school. I thought everything was fine. And then on February 3rd, 2000, when I was 11, I woke up and my dad committed suicide in my living room.
Wait. In the other room?
In my living room.
In your living room?
Yeah.
And did you had to walk in on this, or?
Yeah, the night before, he sat me and my brother down at the kitchen table, and he told us, a lot of stuff that you would not normally tell your 10 and 11-year-old children.
You mean bad things?
Yeah.
About himself, things he did?
Yeah, and like just things that happened to him, and he was kind of telling us like the story of his life, which in hindsight we realize now was like sort of him like leaving a suicide note. Like he was just telling us all this stuff that was like a
And
lot.
so
And how old were you?
11.
Oh my God, and that's the worst because you're in middle school, right?
Yeah.
That's the most horrible age to lose somebody.
Yeah, but it's been making for great comedy. So.
It does. What you talk about that?
Oh, all the time.
But
yeah.
you do the thing about your father looking over you. But
Yeah.
but do you think your father is looking over you?
I don't know. I'm conflicted on that. I'll tell you further in the story.
Oh,
about
okay.
why
So
that
the
is.
story goes on
The
from your
story
father
goes
killing
on.
himself. Okay,
Yeah,
that's so far
so,
not a good story. Go ahead. I mean, it's a good, interesting story.
Well, yeah.
Bad for you.
So then my mom started dating my brother's baseball coach, who was married and had 3 kids.
No.
that was quick.
Yeah.
Wait, right away?
Mhm.
Do you think she had been seeing him before your dad?
No. I
Okay.
think it was like a reboundy type.
Well, she
I don't
had
know.
to. She needed someone to console her. I can understand that.
Okay.
So he was abusing me.
Wait. The baseball coach was abusing you sexually.
Uh-huh.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my! How? And at the age of 11?
Yeah.
What about your brother? Was he abusing the brother too? or-
Well, that's further into the story.
okay. Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
'Cause when they do one, they do the other one.
Yeah. So then my mom, she made me go live in this storm room, and she was like beating the shit out of me every day.
What do you mean a storm room?
It was like a concrete room in the basement.
What the fuck? This
Yeah.
is so Christy.
It's gonna get funny, I swear.
Yeah.
Wait, so if this guy molested you, he fully molested you?
Yeah.
So your
so
mother
didn't
knew.
you have him arrested?
So that's further into the story.
Oh
Okay,
my
go
God.
ahead.
Okay, so then right before I turned 13, like he raped me, and then I went to the Well, I went to school and I told my technology teacher, and then I went to the hospital, and then I got put in foster care, and then
Did your brother go in foster care too, or just you?
So they took my brother into foster care, but then he freaked out, and then the social workers determined that he wasn't in imminent danger, so they sent him back to live with my mother.
Big mistake.
Yeah. So my mother's boyfriend did end up like going to prison.
He went to prison.
And he had a wife and kids. This
Yeah.
fucking asshole.
Yeah. So then I was in foster care for 2 years, and then when I was 15, my mom was regaining custody of me, and then she made me go to his house, and then in front of his wife and his son and my brother and my mother, he like had this red lingerie, and he was like, "I thought about you every night, and
What
I really
the-
want you to put this on right now." And I was
oh
like,
my
"What the
God,
fuck is going on?"
Christy.
I know. So
Well, he was out of jail,
yeah. So
and the wife kept him.
yeah. So then
Why would they send you back? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. So anyway, then my mom continued to be continued, and then she found this pedophile who lived in Plainview, Long Island, and then
Christy.
I know, but it gets funny, I swear.
Christy, I don't think this.
Our listeners are like
What the fuck just?
mortified.
Listeners are
No,
like,
it gets funny. Wait, when he puts his dick in my ass, it's really hilarious.
wait a minute. This is the saddest story we've ever had on Two Tired Twats or Chick Chat. Oh, every single thing is, oh my God.
No, it's gonna get better. I swear.
gets
So
better.
wait, so your mother is like a magnet. Like she's a magnet for gay guys. Your mother's a magnet for pedophiles.
Yeah. So I'll skip over like the sad
No,
parts.
but so
so
the pedophile in Plainview.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a long story. Okay, so I'll skip some stuff. So then I ran away when I was 15, and I was homeless, and I ran from Plainview, Long Island to Tempe, Arizona, and I got legally emancipated, and then I started college at Arizona State University.
Where'd you get the money to go to college?
Oh, it's such a long story.
Oh, God.
So I called my sister, and at the time my sister had finished her degree in civil engineering. So she was like,
You're all smart. You're smart even with the psycho mother.
that's what they say. So I called my sister, and I asked her.
Your sister was on your side, of course.
My
Okay.
sister's
No.
the worst person in this whole story.
Oh, because she's your mother's daughter. She's the real daughter of the crazy mother.
Yeah. So I called her. I asked her to give me $2,000 so that I could go to ASU, and she said, "Well, you should just go stand on a street corner." And I was like, that's not nice to say to your 16-year-old sister. So then the dean of the architecture school, he wrote on this yellow piece of paper, waive all fees, and like just put me into class, and he waived the fees for my first semester of college.
Okay,
and
well,
then,
that's a happy part of a story.
yeah. The story gets like way
Well,
better.
then he bangs her.
No, he was really nice. He invited me to his house for Thanksgiving.
This sounds bad. This sounds bad.
It was good. I went to his house for Thanksgiving, and then I went to prom with his 16-year-old son.
Oh,
Which is
that's nice.
Yeah. So I was majoring in housing and urban development, and then someone's like, you should become an architect or you're going to be a failure in life. So then I literally walked onto the campus of Pratt Institute, and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to start coming to this school. And they were
be
like,
an architect.
Yeah, and they were like, you have to apply. And I was like, no, I'm not going to apply. I'm just going to start showing up, so you should just put me on the roster. And they were like, all right. And
What do
then
you
they
mean?
did.
You just showed up at classes?
Yeah, so
Did they know your story? Is that what happened?
No. So the pedophile, whose name was Brian, he was a con artist, and he taught me a lot of really crazy things. And among the variety of things he taught me was that no one on the planet actually does their job. And if you just go in with the right attitude and tell people, like, this is what we're doing, they'll just do it.
she's right about that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Nobody files. Nobody looks. Nobody.
Yeah.
But what if they did? Would you be like,
Well, then she'd be
what
like,
does she
you
got to
know,
lose? You got nothing to lose, I
Yeah,
guess.
They don't.
So wait, he was a con man beside being
yeah,
a pedophile.
Yeah, like the story of how I ran away from him was really crazy. He like stole this identity of someone named Virginia Hurdle, and then
Virginia, that's a man or a woman?
it was a female identity, and then he like took me to Roosevelt Field Mall, and we were at JCPenney, and he wanted to buy a bunch of lingerie with Virginia Hurdle's
God, this
credit
is
card?
so
credit card,
horrible.
and so the lady from JCPenney, she was no, she was like, I need to see ID, and he was like, oh, I'll be right back, it's in the truck, and then he left me there with this like stolen identity and this lingerie and this woman, and I was 15, and I was just like,
I'm not going
I gotta
home.
go. I just ran away, and that's like how I ran away.
Oh my God. Okay, so this explains the stripper job. The lingerie. And
Yeah.
Do you hate men? Do you hate men?
No.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No. Well,
I think it would be hard to be a boyfriend when you're a stripper. Is it hard to get, or because you get guys who want to like
And you're beautiful.
do
so
shit?
They must be jealous.
But is it hard to get a guy like? Do you want to be in love and be a mother and do all those things?
yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
But maybe here's the thing. Like, you know, I actually stripped, but not
Oh.
like in
in
a strip club.
1802.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
It was like 40 years ago, but it was stripograms. You know, it was like you'd go to the party.
There's
and
no real
Oh,
talent.
I would never
There was
do
no real
that.
talent.
and I almost
involved.
That seems super dangerous.
It was super. I almost got killed. Not
Holy
ki-
shit.
or raped or something
You
because
go
I
to
did.
these people's houses.
I did a private
Yeah.
party in a guy's basement,
Yeah.
and
They thought it was going to be a
They
gangbang.
thought it was going to be like a gangbang, and and it was a
Yeah.
stupid little strip where you go down to a thing,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Take your fucking clothes off," and they're standing over me, and now they're
Yeah.
surrounding me.
Holy shit.
And the grandfather just stood in the way. He's the one who hired me. Pushed them out of the way, and he said, "Run!" I ran to the fucking,
Oh,
and then
shit.
I ran to the train station in spike heels and fishnets with a fucking like trench coat over me, and I'm carrying like an asshole my big, you had those big boom boxes back in the day,
Yeah.
and I'm carrying this thing because it cost me, I forget what it cost me back then, but I was so afraid. I didn't. I should have just left it.
$29.
But
Oh.
back then, when you're
Yeah.
making, I only made $15 a strip,
Whoa.
but that one because it was a private bachelor party,
Yeah.
I got
She just threw up.
$65 for
Holy
private.
Wow.
Yeah, people ask me all the time, like, oh, will you strip this private event? I'm like, I say,
No.
yeah, $10,000 because I will hire a full team of security. If you want me at a private event, it's going to cost you $10,000.
Because shit happens.
Yeah, I'm not. There's nobody on the planet that's worth me risking my life.
Yeah. So where do you strip? You strip at like local places, or you have to go on the road to strip, right?
My home club right now is Gossip.
Where's that?
In Melville, Long Island.
Right by my house.
Oh, you know the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie, does your husband frequent it?
No, well, I don't know, but I bought him a gift certificate for Christmas.
Really?
$500.
$500. So when you strip there, do you tell people you're a like? Do the people there know you're a comic also?
Yeah, everyone on the planet knows that I am both a stripper and a comedian.
That's a good hook, though.
It is a good hook.
Never
It's-
been done before.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. It hasn't. The my like as if I were your mother, though, I would say because
Well, her mother's an asshole.
I know her mother's an asshole, but if I were your mother, I know you make a shit ton of money as a stripper, but I think I would say because I stopped. Well, mine was dangerous. You're not in fear of any kind of danger, right? With what
There's
you
some
do.
danger.
There is.
Yeah,
You got
there's like creepy
stalkers.
guys in the parking lot and stuff, right?
I mean, I've had some pretty crazy stuff happen. Like, I used to dance in Key West, and the owner of the club, he was buying illegal immigrants and selling them into sex slavery. So I started.
fuck?
So I started a multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit against him for $5.5 million.
But
And
he wasn't selling you. How can you? You started and got the girls to sign up.
Yeah. And so we ended up settling for $2.6 million, and then he
Tried to
wanted
kill
me
you.
Yeah, he tried to kill me, so that's why I moved to New York.
But this is like, why would you take that guy on? I would say don't take that guy on. This is scary.
See my tattoo?
Yeah, what does that say?
The weight of the world on my shoulders.
Is that a globe? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the weight of the world on my shoulders.
So what does that mean?
That's a small world.
Yeah, it is a small world.
What does it mean, the weight of the world on your
It
shoulders?
means that I frequently, I don't know how to pick and choose my battles. I take on every battle.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
But
good,
you know what? I
that's a
think
good
because what does she got to look like? What hasn't she fought? You fight a guy who's your own stepfather doing shit
You
to
get
you.
hardened, you get hardened.
But you know, it's weird though. You don't seem that hard to me. Are you harder than what we can see? Because you seem kind of cute and sweet and nice.
I think I'm a tough bitch.
You are?
Yeah.
Are all strippers tough bitches? Do you think?
Not
Like,
all of them.
Do you think?
But they all have sad stories.
Do you
think?
Like comedians.
No.
Some girls just want to go through college.
Yeah. One of the things that I want people to know the most about me and that and everything is that there's no demographic. There's no consistent. People just assume all strippers are this way,
Right.
or they all do drugs, or they all have daddy issues, or they all and that's not true. Some of them have master's degrees. Some of them own businesses. Some of them are flat broke. Some of them do have a coke problem. It's girls from all walks of life and all different types of situations. And
But they're all people, because a lot of people think that they're not really. Oh, who cares? She's a stripper.
yeah,
Like they dismiss you like that.
yeah, that happens to me all the time, and it's so bizarre. When people
Judge you.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, for one, kind of recently, I was in a private room, and I was trying.
What's a private room? Like the champagne room or whatever they call it?
Yeah,
So you do a private lap dance for somebody, right?
yeah. But depending on where you're working and a lot of different factors, my version of a private room might not be the next girl's version of a private room.
Right. How does the guy know what he's getting when he gets some guys think they're getting banged in a private
Well,
room,
you
right?
tell them.
Yeah.
You have to
say,
tell 'em?
This is all that's happening, bro.
Yeah. Wait, do you know who Dan Natterman is?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you give him a
give
lap
him
dance? Oh my God! Wait a minute. Oh, I have.
What
to,
did he do? Can I get a?
Where did you?
I got a $20.
Where did you give him
I
the-
don't have more than a 20, so don't do anything over $20.
We were recently on the Comedy Cellar podcast together.
You and Dan?
Hmm. And he was telling me that he went to Spearmint Rhino in Las Vegas, and he went in a private room because this girl led him to believe that he was gonna get
Was
some,
included.
but never said anything about it. And I thought it was so funny because I do that to men all the time.
So see, this is where you use your con man, because you have to lure them in, right?
Yeah.
You're luring them into the room.
Yeah.
And you're not a prostitute.
No.
You say that on your
Yeah.
Facebook. You go. Actually, your joke is really funny that you have. You go.
That's weird, because I am a prostitute.
You are a prostitute.
But no one's buying.
Tell your joke you do. I was molested enough to be.
Oh, when I was a child, I got molested just enough to be okay with being a stripper, but not enough to be okay with being a prostitute.
Yes, that's
That's
a good one.
kind of a funny joke.
That is good.
It's horrible and
That's
funny.
a hilarious
It's
joke.
very edgy. It's so dark. But so they go in thinking that this might be something, and then you go, "You're not allowed to touch me." Is that how it works?
Well, a lot of they'll be like, "Well, what's gonna happen in the private room?" And I'll say
Well, I'm going to get your money.
and
And then you're going to go home and jerk off.
I'm gonna roll you and steal
That's
your
what's gonna
Rolex. Take your watch.
You're going to go home and play with yourself. On the way home, you're probably going to crash your car.
You're gonna jerk off in the parking lot.
I tell them like what's gonna happen in a private room.
Wait and see.
No. I'll say like oh, you know, I'm gonna make your dreams come true.
I'm gonna make you feel special.
Yeah, like you know, we're gonna have a lot of fun together. With the wink, you gotta wink every time. The wink
Come
sells
on,
it.
you wink.
Mm-hmm.
Why do guys like a wink? What is it about the wink?
She's
Men
so
are
cute,
very
You
Patty.
are cute. Men are
She doesn't
stupid.
have the freaking wink. Does she have to wink, Adam, to
I
you?
mean,
Look at her.
Adam, she
Adam,
says
you're
men are
not stupid. You're
Except
not
for you,
stupid.
Adam.
I've never gone for the
Adam,
What she?
Adam, I really like you.
cool.
You've never
No, I've never fallen for the private dance thing.
You've
though.
never done a private
well,
dance?
You
Never
remember?
yet.
You remember the?
Yeah.
You remember Chris Rock did the No Sex in the Champagne
Oh,
Room?
yeah, yeah. He
that
says
parody
that
song,
there's
that
no
came out when
sex.
I was like 16 or something.
I have a joke
and
about that.
So I knew
You knew that there was.
nothing's gonna happen.
What's your joke about no sex in the champagne room?
Chris Rock says there's no sex in the champagne room. Apparently, he's never been to a champagne room in New York.
Yeah, or
anywhere.
or in Judy Cianciaro's champagne room.
Whoa! Or in Poughkeepsie, New York, where shit went down. So when how do you spot somebody who's got? Because you're saying you make 1,000 on a good night. Is that correct?
No, a good night is like 3,000.
3,000
Oh my
a night.
God. Yeah.
Harry, what were we
Why do you
thinking?
want to be a comedian?
Wait a
you
minute.
realize the best night on a comedian is $25?
Yeah. Do you know Clayton Fletcher?
No.
Oh, he's another New York comedian. So when he was telling me how much money comedians get paid, and like ones that are like getting further along, and I was like,
That's it?
that's it? Like what?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so poor. That's so sad.
So did you start out making 3,000, or you mean you learn how to work the guys?
And you want to hear the story of like when like the day I started stripping?
Yes.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So, I got divorced, closed my martial
Wait.
arts school.
Why'd you get divorced? The Marine, he seemed like, wasn't he a good guy? What
Yeah,
happened?
he was a good guy. We were just way too young, and he didn't understand like what it meant to be a husband. And
Right. Stop fucking everybody else.
No, who said he fucked anybody else?
No. It was more like he was Mexican, and
Oh.
his mom was the center of his
Same
universe.
Mexicans join the army and go and fight for our country.
That's true.
And,
So he was a mama's boy, and there was no room for you because mom came first.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And his mom was really mean to me, and
Oh
he
my
just
God! And he
couldn't-
let her.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
He's out. Goodbye.
Yeah. So anyway, we got divorced. So I moved to South Florida. I didn't really know what I was gonna do. My sister lives down there. That's why I moved down there.
The mean sister.
Yeah, but at
She's
the
only
time,
got one sister.
Okay.
at the time, she wasn't being that mean.
Okay.
She got meaner later.
Okay.
So then, I stayed in her guest room for like 2 months, just crying, not really doing anything.
You're crying because you don't know what to
sad.
do with your life, or you
Yeah.
sad
Yeah,
about
her
your
husband, the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
Didn't work out. Your
Yeah,
dream didn't
yeah.
come true.
But
Okay.
eventually, she was like, "You need to get up and like go get a job and everything."
And get
So,
out.
For some reason, I decided I was going to go to West Palm Beach and get a job at one of the bars as a shot girl. And
What's a shot girl? I don't even
Girl
know.
that walks around and gives shots. You were
yeah.
never a shot girl? I was a shot girl.
I was a barmaid and I was a
A
waitress.
maid?
I was a barmaid. And
That
I
sounds
was
horrible.
I was a waitress with a little tray.
I'm a barmaid. Sounds like a guy.
Well, back in the
Listen.
60s, that's what you called it. No, you
Well,
carry a
you
tray
sure
around.
No, the shot girls would walk around with the holster with the bottles in there, and they would give out shots.
Is that true?
Well, that's what
I
I.
never
When
heard of
I
this.
was, I was.
Is that what you were?
yeah,
You had the
just
bottle
walk
in your
around-
hip.
No. I had like a
Oh,
tray.
glasses of
shots.
shot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I had the holster with the 2 bottles, and I would
Harry
give
was
them
like-
shots. Sometimes I didn't even give them a cup. Because you had a holster.
Oh, you do it in their
and-
mouth?
And you had these plastic cups on the side, and you'd grab a cup, you'd put the thing in there. Sometimes I'd just pull his head back and give him the shot, and he'd get
Harry,
like.
no wonder
"Whoa."
guys liked you. That's very hot.
I would
and
give like
sexy.
5 shots at one. I'm like, watch how fast he's gonna throw up
Did
later.
they tip you good?
Yes.
See, I was so stupid. I didn't understand about tips that you got to give them some free shit.
You got to be
I
more
didn't do
brassy.
that. Yeah, I
too. You
wasn't
gotta be
brassy.
Patty,
more
we
brassy.
know
I
you
was-
didn't get
I
it.
was the
You didn't
shittiest
get it.
barmaid. I was the shittiest waitress. I should be
Wife.
slipping them good shit. I should have been.
You didn't get
I
that he
didn't know
was
how
gay.
it worked. I didn't understand. I didn't take advantage of it when I could have. When
You
I was
didn't know
so cute.
You didn't know Dustin Hoffman wasn't showing up. There's a lot of things you didn't get.
I was fucking stupid. All right. So
Okay.
you're a shot girl. You're gonna
Yeah.
go to
So
South
night
Beach.
one. So night one. I didn't sell any shots at all. And the guy didn't pay me, and he's like, just come back tomorrow. And
Why
I was
wouldn't
like,
he pay you?
I didn't sell any shots. So he's like, come back tomorrow. And I was like, okay. So I came back the next day, and there was this girl there. And she wasn't thinner than me, and she wasn't prettier than me, but clearly knew something I didn't know. And she had these fishnets and these talking to her, and I was like, what? And she's like, I'm a stripper. And I was like, you whore. And then I asked her the same 5 questions that everyone always asks me.
What?
Which are, how much money do you make? Do you have to fuck the managers? Are you safe? What happens in a private room? And what do you do when you get your period?
Oh, I never thought of what you do when you get your period.
You got a string hanging. That's all.
No, you just shove the string up inside.
It pops out.
Does it ever pop out, the string?
And my vagina's very tight. So.
Wow! Slammo on you!
Wow, that hurt. So hurtful.
That slammed you!
Wow! Okay, you're done. Out. Next. Next stripper. Next stripper. Okay.
I have a tight
You're
vagina, so
fired.
I don't
Okay.
have that problem, lady.
All right.
That's
Just wait.
never happened to me.
40 years, give me a call. No, I'm kidding. If you have your first kid. No.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't pop out.
She'll
No.
get a
So you
C-section.
asked her all these questions,
Yeah.
and
so
what
then-
did she say?
And so she answered all the questions, and then I was like, "Can you like teach me?" And she's like, "No." And I was like,
Bitch, right?
"What? That was mean." Yeah. So then.
Well, you'd be cutting into her action.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So then I went home and I told my alcoholic best friend, I was like, Mick, I want to become a stripper. And he was like, okay. So then I forced him to come on a tour of every strip club in South Florida with me. And I went with this notebook and I was like taking all these notes on these strippers and like acting really weird and trying to listen in on the conversations and like drawing pictures of them on the pole. And
You did your research. You did your homework.
I was doing an absurd amount of research, and then a friend of mine had this like stripper pole that was more like a shower curtain, and so we like set it up in my living room.
Wait a
And
minute. She had a stripper pole.
It was a man. Yeah. And he was just like he traded a broken MacBook for it. Like we traded. Things.
And you got a stripper
So
pole.
yeah, okay. So then I made Mick watch me, and so we like filmed me like, and I was like, Mick, do I look hot? And Mick was like,
Is he straight?
yeah, he's straight.
Was he a boyfriend or no?
No, he's dead now.
She's got more horrible stories.
Oh my
When-
God, your
Did he
stories
die
go
from an
from-
overdose or alcohol?
We don't know actually.
Oh,
It's
no.
a long story.
Oh, okay.
That's the next podcast she's going to come back on and tell us
Talk about all the
how
dead
Mick
people.
died.
Oh my God.
So finally,
But she's not affected by it. She's like, oh, he died. My best friend.
so I read all these forums about what the safest club was to work at and everything, and it turned out it was Scarlett's in Hallandale Beach.
That's the safest one.
So I went there on a Saturday night, and the club is literally the size of a football field, and it has 16 stages going, and it's like jam-packed. And so I show up at like 11:30 at night, and I tell the door guy, I'm like, I want to be a stripper. And the guy was like, you trying to get on stage right now?
Yeah,
And
that's
I-
crazy.
And I looked over his shoulder, and I was like, no, not right now. And he could see the fear in my eyes. So he's like, why don't you come back tomorrow at 4? So I came back on Sunday at 4. And
Did you have an outfit?
It was an older crowd. They
I
were like
got-
there for the lunch special.
no, so there was literally no one in the building at all. So I showed up with the ugliest $12, horribly ugly,
Underwear?
like mortifyingly ugly outfit,
Okay.
and these high heels that I thought were the right kind of high heels.
Right.
And so, I go in the back and I get changed.
They were the wrong kind.
Yeah. Oh, we'll
Were,
get to that.
were they
part.
clear?
They slide
No.
off.
Oh, they were the wrong kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get.
They
got
got to be clear.
We'll get to that later.
They got to be clear lucite.
Oh, well, you know a little bit more about strippers than we thought,
I
Adam.
know quite a bit.
You
yeah.
do? You go to strip clubs all the time?
Brian
Not all the
Plato goes
time.
the early bird Sunday special.
wait, where's my thing? Oh, here it is. I didn't know Brian Plato was. I thought he wasn't going to be on. Brian. Thought he
he's
was
on
driving
now.
his. Oh,
Here at Stripper, he crashed his car and he's listening.
Alan, Carolyn Martin. You do their room.
Hi, Al. How
And
are you?
That's the funniest picture that you took with him, where you're up on a table.
Oh
With-
yeah.
oh, that's-
Yeah.
There is?
There were 2 stripper poles for some reason on each side of the stage. So
Did
I
you
think-
know that was going to be there?
No. And I think the room has multi-functions, but we did like 2
I'm
comedy
sure.
shows a day there for 3 days.
All right.
Really?
Well, so now finish up the story with the. Then you went in at
Oh,
4
right.
o'clock. You gave
Okay. Yeah. So
Hey, Carrie's keeping us on track.
So then I was like swaying methodically because I didn't know how to dance, and I didn't think they were gonna hire me, and then they did, and I was like, great.
Really? Look
Yeah.
at you.
Why wouldn't they hire you? I mean, come on.
Well, actually, later on, this is a long story, but later on, one of the bouncers said that they almost didn't hire me because I was too fat. So, and, like, he told me that to my face, and I was like,
What year?
says
What,
that?
what were you fatter then? Because you're not fat at all.
no.
What the fuck?
So then, I got hired, and I'm going to skip some parts of the story. So anyway, fast forward now to my first lap dance. So with all of this preparation, it never occurred to me to prepare to give someone a lap dance.
yeah.
So the very first lap dance I ever gave was to this morbidly obese man named Mauricio. And
I know Mauricio.
he grabbed...
Morbidly obese.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
So he grabbed me and he's like, I was like, this is going to be my first lap dance. He's like, let's go. And he was so excited. So we go in this back room and
She could barely fit.
we're standing, I'm standing in this corner and he's like, okay, start dancing. And I was like, okay.
Was he nice or was he being mean?
You had to probably
he's
dance on
being
one of
like-
his legs, right?
He was,
Just-
he was being kind of firm. So then he's like, no, you have to dance on me. And he grabbed
on
me
you.
and he turned my head around and he sat me on his
Ew,
fat belly. And he
ew.
just started jiggling me back and forth on his belly. And I was like,
Oh, right. Whiplash.
yeah.
But see, you didn't know any better, so you just.
Yeah, aren't you allowed to say, hey, you touched me? They're not allowed to touch me.
Well, she
No,
didn't
they
know.
can touch you.
Oh, they can touch you?
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
Kevin told you that you can't touch? Kevin's a fucking liar. We got the scoop from the inside, Kevin. We're not allowed to touch.
No, I
every,
know
like,
they touch.
State and county has different laws.
Oh,
so yeah.
okay.
And then every club has different rules.
Everybody gets around it, right?
You know what's funny? I'm watching all the people watching. It's all all our guy listeners.
They
Like,
saw the picture. Your hot
MW
picture.
Holiday's on now, drooling. He got a hernia operation.
Gemma Sirenko from my high school. Hey, Gemma. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
Listen,
Dan Guerin, he's a good fan.
Who's
Well, his
Guerin?
plane is delayed. You know Dan. He's a comic. He from Albany.
What's his name?
Dan Guerin. I may be pronouncing it wrong. He always comments.
I don't know.
Anyway, John Piazza, hello. Hey, Holiday is on. Hello, ladies. Anyway, they're all
Okay.
listening. Okay.
So the end of the story is that night I made $1,400.
Wait, how much did the fat guy give you?
He gave me $200.
200?
Yeah, for 15 seconds of interaction.
Wait a minute, 15 seconds. Does that mean, does he, come? Or
no,
what does he do?
was mad.
Ew.
He basically was jiggling me around on his stomach. And then he was like, "This is the worst lap dance I ever got," and he pushed me off, and he just gave
my
me a wad of
God.
cash and walked out.
That's
He was
so
probably,
horrible.
He was probably rich. Well, I would have said, well, if you weren't so fucking fat, maybe I could have moved.
Well,
Embarrassed me.
That is so. I don't know how you could be on a morbidly obese. I mean, I guess everybody
Have you
has,
ever met my husband?
everyone has the right to get a lap dance, I guess, but he shouldn't be sassy and rude while
He
he's
was
tapping.
sassy and rude with his big tits.
yeah, it happens.
So wait, so if they're allowed to touch you,
$1,400.
Yeah.
I can't get.
can you say "Don't touch me" if you don't like how they're
Yes.
touching you?
Yes, you call a
Oh,
bouncer.
yeah.
They'll beat the
You
shit
can call
out
a
of you.
bouncer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. You're not gonna make any money if you tell people you can't. They
Oh, you
But-
can't- oh,
but
but-
also, you know, it's illegal for you to have sex in those rooms, right?
Yeah, we're in America. It's illegal.
Right.
Oh, it
Prostitution
is?
illegal.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Well, no, it's a pleasure dance.
Yeah, well, they call it all different things or whatever.
So that's one of the when I get into a private room with a guy and I'm like, I'm gonna make all your dreams come true, and then we're in the room and he's like, okay, I'm ready for my dreams to come true. I'm like, yeah, but your dreams have to coincide with the laws and Constitution of the United States government.
Wow.
They get very upset at that point.
Well, but they've already paid. They've already paid.
Yeah, so who cares?
You have to pay to go into the
Do you
room.
get the funny
Yeah.
money or do you get real money?
It depends. If they pay with a credit card, you get funny money. If,
What's a funny money?
it's like paper money.
Patty.
What the fuck is a funny money?
It's
fake
actually
money, and then
yeah,
you trade
but it's
it
like
in at
kind
night.
of BS.
Oh.
They take 10, so they charge
take
the customer.
10%.
They charge the customer 10% to get it, and then they charge us 10%
Oh,
to
that's
redeem
so
it.
So they
shitty.
get 20%.
Yeah. So we end up getting paid less and the customer ends up paying a lot more, which is
What about
So
the
then
club?
they come with cash. Most of them come with cash. The
actually,
regulars
no.
come with cash.
I mean, you would think that, but for some reason, convenience.
You know what?
wins
I
out
don't
in
think
the
a guy
end.
gives a shit if he pays 10% extra
Yeah,
to
they
touch
don't
a
care.
tit or look at
They
a
don't
tit
care.
or have a twat in his face.
What about like the club owners? Like I used to watch that show on HBO, Cat House or whatever it was, with that Dennis, the guy who died and then won the election. Who's the guy? Dennis.
Petty,
Who
I
knows
don't
what I'm
know
talking
who the
about?
Dennis Hoff.
I
Dennis
never know
Hoff. Okay,
who
Dennis
you're
Hoff.
talking about.
He ran but it was a house of that was prostitution. But he sort of had a hand on everybody, and if you wanted to get ahead
But
in the
wait a
house, you
minute.
banged him.
Hold on a
Anyway,
second.
he died, and he
Well,
ran.
this was Vegas.
Yeah, but he
Okay,
ran in
that's
Vegas
legal.
before he died, and then he won the election.
After
the
he was
Republican,
dead?
yeah, after he was dead,
Well,
they
how was
wanted
that
him.
possible?
I don't know because they
Were they gonna
voted him
dig
in.
him back up?
No, but they gave it to the next Republican line. It was the way of not letting a Democrat win it.
Got it.
But my question is,
Yeah.
if the guy runs a strip club, do you have to be his girlfriend, or do you have to do whatever he
if
says?
he likes you,
No. So yeah, that's a common question that people ask me.
some of the girls date him. Like, did you ever think about going into, Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion?
No, I am.
He was
not-
probably dead before you.
No, that he just died like pretty recently.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I dated one guy who owned a strip club, and I really liked him. He was super, super, super intelligent.
But was he nice?
At first he was nice.
And then what? Then he's controlling and jealous and blah blah.
And then I found out he had a wife, and I was like, nope.
But see, this
Well,
is
how
why
do you, doesn't the wife step down to the job every now and then?
she doesn't want to know. She
My
makes a lot of
husband
money.
owns a strip club. I'm gonna show up every now and then.
Yeah, did she show up?
I never went to the strip club that he owns.
Oh, that's how he
Yeah,
did it.
he lived up here in New York. His strip club was in another state.
So it was a long distance relationship.
I guess. I mean, he had like $100 million, and he had a helicopter.
Wait a minute, how do you know he had 100? Maybe he lied about that too.
No, this is a verifiable like internet fact. He sold something, an invention.
Maybe that made you like him. Did you like him because he had $100 million?
No. It had nothing. I didn't know that any of that.
I would have really liked him.
I liked him because he was really, really intelligent, and we had like gone out on a date. I didn't know that he owned a strip club. I didn't know anything about him.
So he saw you stripping. And
No, I did not meet him at the strip club. We met on like an internet dating app.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
But then what did he say when you told him you're a stripper? Was he like, oh, that's fine because I own a strip club?
No.
Yeah, how do you break that to a guy?
So
Yeah.
at the time that I met him, actually, I was working at Sapphire, and it was January 5th, 2015. Which is obviously nowhere near Halloween. I'm a pole superstar. Like, I do a lot of pole tricks. And
What does that mean, a pole superstar?
She
mean-
swings around on the pole.
Like, I can do, like, flips and stuff on the pole.
Oh, so there's different levels of pole
Yes.
dancing.
Yeah.
And you are a superstar.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I wish we had a pole here so I could see you do your thing.
Yeah. That night, these two girls went on stage. One was dressed as Little Red Riding Hood, and the other one was dressed as a wolf. And Little Red Riding Hood pulled a metal axe out of her underwear, and the wolf pulled a belt sander out of her underwear. And they were walking around on the stage and touching the metal axe to the belt sander and making sparks fly everywhere. And it was very weird, and like nobody was into it. Like the whole club was like,
It's fucking
Scared.
freaky.
They
That's
were
like
scared.
weird.
It was really weird. So then they pulled them off stage, and they told me to go on stage, and I was doing a bunch of pole tricks, and then I was like crawling around and like sweeping up my money, and my hands and my knees started burning.
Why?
And I ran off the
She
stage,
was-
and I
was the
realized
spark.
I got all these metal shards in my hands. And
Oh,
then
my
the
God.
managers were like screaming at me, and they were like, "Stop crying!" And that was obviously making me cry more. And then so
horrible.
yeah, so then I don't know, I was like, ah. So I put my clothes on, and I went to Mount Sinai, and then I told the doctors what happened, and they were like, this is the best story we heard tonight. And then they spent like 12 hours pulling thousands of metal shards
Oh
out
my
of my whole body,
God.
and they couldn't get them all out, so they had to give me liquid lidocaine and epinephrine, and then they had to soak the shards out of my body, and it took like 2 weeks. So in that 2 weeks, I was on like this dating dating app, and then I met this guy, and I really liked him, and he was really nice, and like we had gone on a couple of dates, and he was really smart and everything. And
But
then
that's not the first thing you say. I'm a stripper. Or
No.
You wait
yeah,
like date.
yeah, I waited.
Date like 5,
Yeah.
5, 6.
How many dates did you have before you told him?
I think like 3 or 4. And so then I had told him the whole story, and he's like, "Oh, come with me to this other strip club, which is Vivid in Midtown." And he's like, "You know, I'll get you hired over there, and they'll treat you better." So I did, and then I ended up working at Vivid for like the next 2.5 years.
What about lace? Sucks. What about the flash? What was that other one? Flash dances or whatever it was called?
Adam, where do you
Are
go?
you just naming?
I
Where
went-
do you go
I
with
went-
Brian
Queen.
P.
I
McCarthy?
went with Kevin Brennan and David Tell. I used to go all
I
the
think they used to go to Flash Dancers.
Flash
yeah.
I
dancers.
was
Yeah.
on I was on Kevin Brennan's show.
You were? When
yeah,
were you on the
Burning
show?
Bridges twice.
Oh,
Couple months
you were
ago.
on the Compound Media show.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I didn't see
yeah.
it. I don't see that one. Oh, I didn't know
Gotta
that.
pay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to pay. No wonder, right?
Yeah, which is actually I'm not paying for this. So I've never seen myself on his show.
Was Brian nice to you? He didn't grab you or anything.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
he
the
does.
whole
He grabs.
time.
That's what he
Yeah,
does.
Yeah.
If you don't take a picture next to him, he'll grab your ass. That's,
In
It's
his
whatever.
defense, though, he grabs me.
Yeah, I know, he
so-
grabbed
he
me
doesn't
too,
know
so-
what he's grabbing at.
Yeah.
I think he does. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, did you have to go on in a stripper outfit for them, or you just were yourself?
No, I was just in normal clothes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So go on with this guy.
Oh,
How did he break up with you? Or you broke up with him?
Yeah, I broke up with him. I mean, as soon as I found out that.
How'd you find out he's married?
Through
Another
the grapevine.
Oh, the stripper grapevine.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
All right. So now, wait a minute. Not to get off the stripping thing, but
Yeah.
how does the narcolepsy fit into all this? You are also
Yeah.
narcoleptic. If
I
this story
am.
can't get any kookier,
I know.
you have narcolepsy.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
But narcolepsy, it depends. Like when sometimes you're okay all day, but then like if you go into a narcolepsy thing, you sleep for 2 weeks straight. Is that how it goes for you?
So narcolepsy's, there's a lot to it. Narcolepsy is an inability to regulate your circadian rhythm.
Circadian?
Circadian.
I don't even know what that is. Circadian.
Well, so your circadian rhythm is like most people operate on a 24-hour schedule. When the sun comes up, they wake up. When the sun goes down, they go
okay.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Even if they have insomnia and they're up every night till 3 a.m., they're still like
passive
on
force.
some
A
sort
rhythm.
of 24
Yeah,
hours. Yeah. So narcoleptics have no rhythm whatsoever. And then it's very rare that narcoleptics like pass out like that. It's happened to me maybe like 5 times in my entire life, but there's a lot of other symptoms, including but not limited to cataplexy, which is a sudden loss of muscle control.
Oh my God! What if you're on the pole when that happens?
I have jokes about that.
Oh my God!
Hypnopompic dreams. So like my brain will see a dream while I'm awake. Like sometimes I see like wolves or something. Like
Holy
just
shit!
like things that you would dream about. I just see them like all the time.
What else?
Now, when did the narcolepsy start? When
I think
your
it's from
father
stress.
killed himself, or when you got raped? One.
I think it's stress.
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with stress.
No? Okay, I'm wrong.
No, yeah, actually, scientists now think that narcolepsy might be caused by strep throat. Yeah,
What the
yeah,
F?
yeah.
Right, because that virus can attack your heart and
Yeah.
give you heart problems. It attacks your brain. It goes to your brain. You know.
Oh yeah.
No, so my symptoms started around when I was like 12, 13 years old, but it's all a coincidence. Like it didn't have to do with the abuse that I was suffering. But at the time I was going to a psychologist and they were like, "Oh, you're just depressed." And I was like, actually don't
I'm seeing
think
wolves,
I'm
for God's sake.
depressed.
I'm depressed. Make the fucking wolves go away. It's scary.
Yeah, so I didn't like for a long time we didn't know anything was wrong with me, but then when I was 19 I was going to Pratt and I was in my 3rd year and I was carrying my wooden architecture project up a flight of stairs and I fell asleep and my project broke into a million pieces and the dean was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Are you on drugs?" And I was like, "No."
Oh
And he's like,
yeah, they
"You he's like, you can't handle the workload. And I was like, no, that's not it. And he's like, all right, you have 2 weeks to finish the project. So I was in the wood shop hustling to finish my project, and I fell asleep, and my finger went through the bandsaw.
Oh my God, this is like horrible.
And so then it was like a water fountain, and there was blood coming out, and then they expelled me, and then
they expelled you?
Yeah, and then my boyfriend took me to the hospital to get stitches, and then I was laying there in bed for like a week with my stitched up finger, and then at 4:30 in the morning I was watching the Discovery Health Channel, and I saw this guy named Dr. Orrin Davinsky diagnose a girl with something called Klein-Levin syndrome, and I was like, oh, that's what's wrong with me. So then I was committed to go to that doctor, because if there's anyone on the planet that knew what was wrong with me, it was him. Turned out he was the head of the NYU Epilepsy and Neurology Center, so I went to see him.
Who was this guy?
His name's Dr. Orrin Davinsky.
And he said to you that that's what you have. You have
No, so I thought I had Klein-Levin syndrome, and I told him, like, I saw you on TV, I definitely have Klein-Levin syndrome. So then he had me do like sleep studies and MRIs and everything, and then he's like, nope, you definitely have one of the worst cases of narcolepsy I've ever seen. And so
did you go back to the school and go, hey asshole, I'm not falling asleep, I'm not on drugs, let me finish the school year? You couldn't do that?
By that point, I just didn't even want to go back.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I met and married my Marine husband.
Oh, this was all before you were married, all this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you had a whole life before you fucking got married. Oh my God. Okay, so wait, I have one other question, because this is another kooky part of the story.
Yeah.
Now, you have a brother, and you have this on your Facebook, so I'm not bringing anything up I can't bring up. You say you visit him in jail.
Yeah.
Now, why is he in jail, your brother?
I can't tell you.
Oh, you can't tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But so you go and visit him all the time. Where is he?
Well, for the last 15 months, he was in prison in Chicago.
But how do you travel to Chicago?
I fly there.
She's making $5,000 a night. How does she? She's a frequent flyer.
I forget.
She probably flies in the cockpit.
Are you rich? Are you rich?
No.
Private cockpit flight.
No, I'm not rich.
But you have a savings?
But you have money.
Is this a life where you can make money, the stripper life?
Are you
Not the
saving
comedy
any of
life.
your money?
Yeah.
Are
Are
you
you
sure?
saving it?
Yes.
Because you
Carrie's
want to
very
buy a
big-
house and have a,
I don't want to buy a house. That's the dumbest thing you could do, I think.
Uh-oh, why?
All right.
Because it's a money pit that you're trapped in forever, and then you're just trapped there forever, spending money on it.
But then you'll always get your money back.
See, I've
It's
always...
an investment. Hold on. It's an investment.
Carrie.
Let's say you buy it for $100,000 today. In 10 years from now.
Are you going to buy it for $100,000, or are you going to buy it for $100,000 plus interest?
Listen to me, girl. If you're dancing, you can buy it outright cash. So
I'm going to buy a Happier Camper outright in cash and then live in that. and
What's a
drive around
happy camper?
A Happier Camper, everyone should go and follow them on Instagram. They're these great 11-foot campers, and they're 100% off the grid, and they come pre-wired with solar panels, and you never need to be plugged into anything for the rest of your life.
Wait,
and
you drive around in it? Like you
Yeah.
drive for... Oh, well, that would be perfect for you.
That's what I want to do. So
Oh, okay, that makes
wait,
sense.
Yeah.
Where are you getting money from? I mean, where are you getting water from?
you get these like tanks, and they go on the top, and then that's where your shower and everything.
All right, that
comes
sort of
from.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to do that, and then
And what do they
drive
go
around. They start at $22,000.
That's not a lot of money for you. That's like 2 weeks' work.
And, well, no, a little more than 2 weeks. So my plan ultimately is to get a Happier Camper and get a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and then put my stripper pole in there, and then drive around the country and do
Drive up stripper. She drives
then
right
you'll
up to your house.
But here's the thing, like you could do stripper and then you go to the comedy club, right?
No,
do you
so
do both?
That's the plan. Is
Okay.
that so? Like my last joke that I say when I'm on stage is, if you want to see me half naked, follow me on Instagram, stripper comedian. If you want to see me totally naked, you can follow me to blah 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 strip club. So I want to do like a
Adam
whole,
was like, what? Where?
I want to do a whole comedy tour where like I travel around the country.
Okay,
and
you're
I
making
do,
noise with that paper, Carrie. She's wrinkling paper
I
while,
ate the whole fucking
while
bag
Christy
of M&Ms.
Monroe is
All
talking.
right, I'm depressed.
Okay, put that away.
How many calories did I just
Fucking 500. What are you kidding
no,
me?
it's not.
Go ahead,
no.
let
I
Christy
ripped
finish
it-
her story.
I ripped the calories off,
Okay,
Patty.
stop talking. Christy's finishing her story. Look, she hits me.
230 calories.
Okay.
But how many
That's
servings?
2 servings.
No, it's not. 1 pack.
Okay, go ahead, Christy.
Okay. I want to do a comedy tour where I just drive around with my stripper pole and I do comedy, and then
And
I
you
get
bring the
people-
pole out and you do
Yeah.
your comedy and you're stripping in the same night.
Yeah.
But you're not going to make as much money in the comedy club as you are in the stripper thing, right? Or will people in the comedy club tip you?
So ultimately, I hope that eventually, like, while I'm on stage at comedy clubs, that people will make it rain while I'm in the comedy club. Like, how fun would that be? And then
For privates, you bring them in the green room. You go, come to the
Or
green
in
room.
this room.
Yeah.
No, but like so
podcast
you know
room.
how strip clubs feature porn stars?
Yes.
So I want to get so big that they'll feature me at the strip club. So I'll be at the comedy club, I'll tell my jokes, people will be making it rain on me, and then I'll say, if you want to see me at the strip club, come to blah 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 strip club. So the strip club will pay me to feature, and then I'll also make more money when all the people from the comedy club come to the
That
strip
was my
club.
fantasy my whole life. It's never happened for me. Never happened for me.
Now, wait, did
Somebody
people-
wrote,
Go ahead.
hold on, LOL, listen to me, girl. Glamper. Is there a glamper?
What's a glamper?
Oh,
That's what she-
glamping is glamorous camping. And
Oh.
yeah, a happier camper would be a glamper.
I never heard of happier camp. Wait, now let me
If
ask
you take
this.
my husband, I'll be a happier camper.
People must have asked you, do you want to do porn? Because you could probably make a lot of money in porn. You never wanted to do porn?
Absolutely not. No, porn is really dumb. I think it's
You catch
one of
shit
those
from
things-
people, right?
No, they get tested.
They have prep now. Prep.
What's a prep?
Oh, prep is a pill you can take and you can't get AIDS or herpes anymore.
Are you shitting me? I never heard of this.
Mhm. Yeah.
When do you take the pill?
all every day.
Oh.
All gay people are on prep, and then
Really?
they can just get all the dick.
Your ex-husband's probably on prep.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not. I never even heard of it. What do you-
Yeah.
prep, it's called?
Yeah.
All right,
my
go
God,
on.
this is
go
like
on.
so
You wouldn't do.
informative.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
This is really a
Kevin,
learning
get
a lot.
out there and get the prep.
But why do so you
so
wouldn't
you don't,
do it
you
because
wouldn't
why?
do why?
Porn? Because porn stars have a very short career.
Yes.
They get used up really, really quickly, and then you never hear about them again because.
I don't know. Ron Jeremy's still going strong, isn't he?
Well, that's a boy. The boy porn guys are different.
I don't want to see Ron Jeremy.
Wait, you said
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy has narcolepsy.
He does, yeah.
Who are the other narcoleptics that we should know?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
But he has like a whole
Well,
career.
I
How-
think he's putting everybody else to sleep.
I love
I think
Jimmy
you had that
Kimmel.
backwards.
I love Jimmy
No, I
Kimmel.
do love Jimmy Kimmel
I
too.
do love
All
Jimmy
right,
Kimmel.
go on now. Why wouldn't you be a hooker? I mean, a porn star.
Hooker.
A porn star.
She says they get used up and then you can't have them. With a stripper, you can go on for. Well, what about the guy? Who's the girl who was a stripper with Donald Trump? What's her name?
Oh, Stormy Daniels.
Stormy. Did you ever meet Stormy Daniels on the road?
No.
No, why would she know?
Because
she's
other
a hooker.
stripper. She's
Stormy
not a,
Daniels
she's
was
more
a
of a
hooker.
porn
she's more of a stripper
Oh,
than a
okay.
porn star.
Let
She
me
strips.
ask you,
That's what she does
Would
now.
you ever be an escort? No sex, but escort. High-paying escort.
I do that sometimes, and I force them to take me to the Comedy Cellar.
That's. But then,
That's the only time. And I told Noam this. I was like, yeah, the only time I come to the Comedy Cellar is when a millionaire brings me.
That's so funny. Would you ever marry any of these millionaires?
Yeah. Would you not?
I mean, you know,
Yeah, but then aren't they
I was
guys-
one of those girls that wanted the love thing.
I want love. There's lots of millionaires out there that offer me
They
the sun
can't
and the
be-
moon and everything, but no love. And I'm like, no, thank you.
But that's the thing. Like, if you're okay. If I'm your mother, let's just say I'm your mother. I would say, Christy,
Yes, Mom.
I want you to not be around these creepy
Skanky.
men. These men are maybe not the best types of men. If you want to find love, and maybe you need a regular guy instead of a guy who comes to a strip club or
Listen,
a guy.
who goes to a strip club is clearly a guy who can't get a girl. So he
Is that
goes
true?
there-
No.
Sometimes they're married. These are married guys
Oh.
too. But are they the
Then
right
I'm
kind
wrong.
of guy for you to fall in love with? Like, you need a nice guy who's going to take care of you, not take care of you financially.
I think, first off, that you're assuming that I meet guys at the strip club.
Yeah,
and
that
those are
is
the
what
guys
I'm
that
assuming.
dating. No.
No, you don't date those guys.
One of the lies that strippers will tell you is, I've never dated somebody from the strip club.
You do.
Every stripper is lying about that.
Yeah, because, sometimes a bachelor party will come in and you'll see one of the friends and you like him and he likes you.
I found out that a lot of times strippers will date customers because it's already out there. Like, I dated a girl that was a stripper. I met her in a
You
strip
did?
club.
What do you
Yeah,
mean it's
yeah.
already out there? What does that mean,
Well,
Adam?
It's weird. Well, because then they don't have to explain to you down the road that they're a stripper.
that they're strippers.
Yeah. So I actually thought that girl like dancers would not date customers ever.
Guys like you.
And you
Guys
were a
like me.
customer. Did she
Yeah.
like you because you tip big?
No, we just talked. I didn't even realize. I was like, we're actually gonna go out. Like I gave her my card.
Your card.
And-
You're such a gentleman.
Well,
My card.
because she was flirting with me, and
Maybe
I'm
she
like,
just
well,
wanted
you're
to take you in the back room.
Here,
that's-
if you
that's
want
exactly
a
what I-
podcast, here's
right,
my card.
basically.
You
No,
gave her your podcasting
no.
card.
Basically, it was when I had a
The
record.
rec room.
Right. But I just gave her the card because I'm like, you're just giving me like some bullshit lines because
Courtesy.
that's your job. And
The
I said, all right,
courtesy
so
conversation.
if you're serious,
Yeah.
here's my card. And she texted me before I even got home.
I love that you were almost the girl in that situation.
I
You're
kind of
like,
well
I
that
don't
was
think you're
the
serious.
first time, and I did it in another girl that was a dancer that I knew it was happening because I didn't know that could happen.
Really?
You want to
Yeah.
hear the best story?
Go ahead.
When I met my husband, I was cute, hot, skinny, great body, the whole nine.
Killer, kick-ass body. I saw.
I never told him I was a stand-up.
Now I-
So he
remember
thought
this.
he would always say to me, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Whatever I do is a lot more interesting than what you do." And he's like,
You wouldn't
she
tell him.
must be a stripper." Right away, when you tell somebody I'm an entertainer, they're like, "Oh, you're a stripper if you're hot." Right? That's the first thing they think. They can't think you're a singer. They don't think you're a dancer. Like they think you're the stripper.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I was a little loud too. But so
Because you wore no clothes. You wore the shirt
I
that
did.
just
I wore
covered
the
your
cut-off
tits.
shirt, right?
And the shirt would like stick out a little so you could almost look up it. I
right.
remember
So
the whole
remember
thing.
that with the hot tight pants?
And you'd wear high boots. Didn't you have white boots that you wore that were over the knee boots? And
They
you
were
had those
black. They were black thigh
over
high
the new
boots.
thigh high boots, and you wore she wore pigtails. You don't understand. A 6-pack, little thing, pigtails on stage, and she was
God.
cocky as fuck. She would just.
But
like,
I didn't date anybody that had money or anything.
And
But
you were
I was like such a
stupid.
dick.
You were stupid.
So anywho,
you didn't monetize
So
the
what-
sexiness.
so what happened was
So that's why I'm saying, Mom, you're saying like monetize the sexiness.
I
Here
know,
I
but-
am.
I know, but I want you to have a nice guy that loves you.
Yeah,
Listen
I
to
know.
me.
I
All right,
know
listen.
nice guys that are
Will love you.
really great guys
They
that
are?
have a lot of money.
good.
Okay.
That's the kind of guy you got to bring home.
All right. Okay.
So here's the thing.
go ahead.
So now a month and a half goes by. So I had a spot at Dangerfields at 10 o'clock at night or whatever
Yes,
it was.
yes.
We're eating dinner across the street. I just so happened to make it the place. And then I go, listen, we got to run across the street real quick. I got to grab something. So when we went there, I go, here, sit in the showroom. Nancy Redmond was the host. So he's like, he in his head's going, oh, she's a bartender. Because everyone's like, hey, Carrie, hey, Carrie, hey, Carrie. So he's like, oh, she's a bartender. Great. He's sitting there. Nancy introduces me. I walk up on stage and he's looking at me and he's like, what?
She's a
What?
comic?
She's a fucking comic? He's like, cha-ching, cha-ching. He thought he hit the jackpot.
You were going to be famous. And
Meanwhile,
gonna-
I signed for my $25.
You know
Stand
what?
back.
Let me tell you, it is embarrassing to tell people. I mean, it would be hard to tell someone. I guess it would be hard to say you're a stripper. Well, it depends because guys must have different reactions. Some guys must be like, "Oh, that's fucking fantastic," or they're like, "Oh no, I don't." Do you have the both reactions, or how are
You
they?
get the jealous guys?
Yeah, well, like one of the things I'm not saying I'm famous, but like more and more people are starting to know who I am. Like it happens that I'm walking down the street and people are like, "I know you from Instagram," and I'm like, "Ugh."
Oh, you haven't. How big is your Instagram following?
I have like 5,000 followers.
What's
not
your
that
name on
big.
See,
Instagram?
Patty?
It's called
Stripper comedian.
Stripper comedian. Okay.
Yeah. But so it happens a lot now that people know who I am before I have
Now,
a chance to say anything to them.
Are you as
so-
funny on stage as you are good on that pole?
Yes. I think I'm very
Yes,
funny.
you're very funny.
She
I
is,
watched
she
your
is,
act.
she's
Yes, it's
cute.
very funny. And she's like, she flirts with the guys in the audience while she.
Well, I
while
saw
she does
one
it.
joke. She goes, "Did you ever have someone come in your face? Is that what you?"
No. How much would you charge? This is
Oh,
your joke.
yeah.
Do your joke. How much would you? Do it to Adam. Do it to Adam. Your joke. How much
Oh.
would you charge?
Okay.
Or maybe we shouldn't make you do it, but I think it's
Do
funny.
it. Do it.
Do I have to react?
Yes, you have to
Yes.
answer
All right,
her.
all right.
Okay, how much money would you need to let a stranger come on your chest?
1,500.
1,500.
That's it?
Sure.
You whore.
I think it's so funny. She just goes, whatever the guy says, she goes, you whore. And she's so
so
cute. And she
funny.
wears a little skirt or whatever. And she goes, you whore. And it's just so funny.
Yeah, and I like
like-
that you dress like a girly girl on stage. It's
Yeah.
very cute.
I love it. I love it when there's like foreign people in the audience, like if there's someone from like Germany or Italy or whatever, because then I ask them like, do they have strip clubs in Italy? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, are they brothels? And they'll be like, and I'll be like, do you think I'm a prostitute? And then they'll usually say, no. And I'm like, really? You're the only people in this room that don't think I am.
The Americans all do.
Polite. Yeah.
That's funny. So now your family's okay with you being a stripper?
What, my brother?
You don't talk to your mom anymore?
What
What about aunts, uncles, grandparents? You don't talk to any of those people?
They're all dead.
Does your brother care? Because your brother's probably very protective of you, right? Because you two went through so much together.
Yeah. No, my brother knows that I'm smart about it, and I'm an adult and everything, so he's supportive of whatever I want to do. He actually, this is like one of the most important things that ever happened to me when I was in Key West, and like that whole thing happened, and then I wanted to move to New York, and I was like kind of figuring out like the next step in life. I wanted to become a stand-up comedian, which is my brother's a mechanical engineer and my sister's a civil engineer. So like for me, like I want to stand-up comedian. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So my brother, he had a 777 credit score, so he agreed to be my guarantor for my apartment, and like he was the reason I was able to move to New York and start doing
nice.
stand-up comedy. Yeah. So he's always been really, really supportive, like of whatever off-the-wall thing I decide I'm gonna do next, and he'll put whatever he has on the line to help.
Well, right now he's definitely on the line.
Yeah.
I think it's sweet that you traveled to see him. That's like really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Is he going to
So-
get out soon?
No, he got sentenced to 11 years.
Oh,
How many
shit.
years has he done so far?
15 months.
So he'll get out on good behavior.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
For his crime, there's no early release.
Oh, there isn't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he got moved very recently, like a couple days ago. Everyone that follows me on Instagram already knows this. He got moved very recently to a prison in Pennsylvania. So it's about a 6-hour drive.
Oh,
from here.
shit.
So you get to see him more.
Well, yeah, I'll be able to drive there instead of fly.
And you can do gigs when you're in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of strip clubs there, right?
Well,
Comedy clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania's all nude, and I don't dance in all nude clubs.
Oh. Pennsylvania's all nude?
Yeah, but there's no drinking.
Is that true? They're dry. They're dry strip clubs? What the
No
fuck kind of a
drinking.
deal is that?
Yeah.
I think most people would rather have the drinks and the girl wear the
Because
G-string.
when you got snatch and alcohol, you go to grab.
Yeah, that's true.
You get crazy.
Yeah, but
Snatch
in
in the face.
Okay, why?
South Florida's full nude with alcohol, so
It's all nude with alcohol. Florida's
Yeah.
the fucking craziest place
yeah.
you could.
But not all of Florida, only South Florida.
Really? Why is
Yeah.
Carrie putting her
I
hand in my
can't
face like
have
a snatch?
Snatch in the face. You
Oh
can't
my
have
God.
alcohol with that, Patty. That's
I have-
crazy.
I have this new joke, and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait
Which
until
new
Saturday.
joke?
Well, it's like.
Oh,
can
you're
I-
rolling it out on Saturday.
Yeah. Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
do
Yeah,
it.
she's
All right.
gonna roll it out now.
Okay. Uh-oh, she's standing up.
taking off
Oh,
your
no,
coat?
Carrie. Oh, my God.
Okay. So the joke has to do
We
with.
have to be able to see this. I don't know if you're going to be...
my God.
But if you're going to be listening to this on a podcast later,
She's got
her ass in Carrie's
face.
an inch from her mouth. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Oh, wait, do you do that to a guy on?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
The audience?
So I just I did it at open mics 3 times yesterday, and all 3 times it went over really, really
Okay,
well.
so you do that to a guy's face.
Well, yeah.
in the
So this is a
audience.
brand new bit. I'm like,
You
so
gotta be
excited
careful
about
though.
it,
They shouldn't be with a girlfriend because they might get jealous.
Yeah, no, I'm cautious.
I don't know.
All right, so you put
Wait,
your,
but can I tell you
Finish the
one weird?
joke.
Oh, okay, right.
so the
Um,
your ass is in the face.
Yeah. So then I just talk about like the things that are. Well, I start bouncing
Moving
my
around
ass.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I talk about the things that go through my brain, like while I'm doing that to people every day. So like some of the things are like, God, I hope I don't fart, and then like I hope my tampon.
I think you did though. All right, go.
Carrie.
I hope my what?
You hope your tampon...
my tampon string isn't hanging out.
Oh, my God.
Well, you
Um,
know, you should say, I hope my tampon doesn't shoot this guy's eye out.
Carrie's fixing your joke already. Okay, go ahead.
I appreciate that.
What's the rest?
I hope this motherfucker's tipping me. I mean, there's like, and then I do like another trick where like I flip upside down on the guy.
Well, how can you do that without a pole? You mean you can just do that without a pole?
Do you want me to do it to you right now?
Patty.
No, I'm afraid.
No, she's got
I've got a neck
She's got
problem.
a wrought iron neck.
Yeah, I've got a metal neck. I'll fucking something will happen to me. But that's fucking amazing. And you're not afraid that the guy's going to grab you or do something weird?
I mean, I do it every night.
Well,
like
you do it in a
2,000
dress
times.
too, so they could see your underwear. Or
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get naked. Like, I mean, while I'm doing like, so with the comedy thing, I have to feel out each individual venue and
Right.
like figure out
How
what
far
they're
you can
down
go.
with. Yeah, and so like for example, like Gladys. She is like
Gladys Simon.
Yeah, she's like
She may be watching.
She's like, you need to put clothes on right now. Every single time she's ever seen me, she's like, no, you can't wear that. So she wouldn't appreciate.
So,
my
and do
more
you put the
risque-
clothes on
Yeah,
for her?
I would imagine guy club owners are more easy for you to get naked.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a different take on it. So I've done comedy shows where it's like me and my pole, and I just take it all off, and then I'm like wearing just lingerie, and I do comedy in lingerie.
Oh, so at a comedy
But
club.
you're not showing
Yeah.
boobs.
No, so they don't have a cabaret license in comedy clubs, so I can't show the boobs.
But you will show a boob in a strip club,
little
right?
nip slip, whatever.
Oh.
A nip slip.
Is that what they call it?
I've had a few of those.
Adam, were you
When
jealous?
I used to drink, I don't drink.
Were you jealous when
Sorry?
you dated strippers? Were you jealous? That,
No, because I'm just not that person. I wouldn't date a
Adam
dancer.
has no emotion.
What do you mean you wouldn't date a dancer?
Zero
Don't you
I
date
mean,
a
emotion.
dancer?
no, I'm saying I wouldn't date a dancer if I was going to be a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person.
You're
That's
not
why
a
I'm
jealous
able-
person.
no.
Are you single?
Yeah,
Do you want to go on a date?
if you want.
Look at him. She put him to the test, and
I
this
know,
pussy
see?
is backing
I-
out. He's
Oh.
backing out.
You know, wait, can I
Okay,
just tell
okay,
you what he
okay,
said
okay,
to me
okay.
right before
You're
the
backing
show?
out.
Okay.
This is, I said to him, I go, how's your love life at? Can I say what you said?
Yeah,
I go, how's
yeah,
your
go
love
ahead.
life, Adam?
Uh-huh.
He goes, I've had enough. I'm just stopping right now.
Well,
I can't do
oh,
any more.
hold
That's
on.
what he said to me.
And he's-
But now you're changing your mind because she's so
well,
cute.
no, the whole thing that I said though was that I was taking a little break
He's
so I could
taking
get
a
some
break.
work done.
Yeah, he
'cause
said he could get
Kind of
anything
work.
done.
What
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
work?
yeah.
What kind of work?
just projects. A lot of-
Okay.
I have a lot going on.
What's your project? Name one.
Well-
Two tired twats.
Yeah, the hit comedy podcast. I produce like 12 weekly shows. Okay, so I'm very busy. I have another job.
I don't know if you have enough. Do you have enough cash for
Oh
Christy?
yeah, sure. If you want to, I'll go out with you. If you want to go out, we can go
Okay.
out. Yeah.
I
We-
want
mean,
my
we
own
can-
show.
This is what it is.
No, but
There's a fucking motive behind the
She's
date.
using
no,
you,
but
Adam.
listen, she's
She
got.
told him
Adam
no.
doesn't care though.
That
He's
would
like,
be like the worst opportunist move you could ever. That's like,
if you want to get
It's like
ahead
you-
in show business,
like three.
I want my own show.
don't
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Don't
you don't need to.
fuck Adam.
You,
I
you
almost
don't
called
need to
you
go
Brian.
out with me for.
What's his name?
What show?
W. Holiday would definitely give her a fucking her own
Oh,
show.
what did he? Yes. Hello,
Holy
ladies.
shit,
Up in-
stripper was flirting? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you know what I do for a living?
And there it is. Yeah, no kidding. So that's what he said. But
So everybody wants to see you on the pole. Okay, I'm sorry we
we
can't.
don't, there's not even a room in here for us, let
Follow
alone
me
a
on
pole.
Instagram. There's videos of me on the pole.
Yeah, there is. Look,
Yeah.
look her up on Instagram. It's Christy.
No, stripper comedian.
Stripper
stripper.
comedian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Instagram. But your real name is Christy Monroe.
And on
Well,
Twitter, you
you're-
are a
I don't
thong
know. Is
therapist.
that your really? Is
at
that,
thong therapist
is that
on
really
Twitter.
your name, or Monroe was the added?
Neither of those are my names.
Right. Exactly.
What's your real name? You're allowed to say. You won't say.
No, I
It's
won't
Candy.
say.
I heard
Candy
name is
Kane
probably.
is-
You look
Candy
Irish
Kane
to
is her
me.
real name.
Irish. That's
But
her real
Christy Monroe is her.
I
stripper
think her
name.
name is Kathy Bezelwick. Kathy Bezelwick.
What?
That would
That's
be
not
like
a
the
good
most
stripper name.
That would be the most boring name you could have. And then she was like, "Fuck Kathy Bezelwick. I'm gonna be Christy Monroe." Christy Monroe is a great name. It's very sexy.
Thank you. I had
It
to
is
think real
Monroe,
hard about
Maryland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monroe
And
is
you
a
know,
great.
you were like all your pictures are bombshell blonde.
It. Yeah.
and now you're a brunette. And let me
Yeah.
tell you though, I love the brunette.
But what's
Thank
the
you.
bush? Is the bush brunette?
There's no bush.
But if there
No
was,
bush.
no.
If there was a bush, was it brunette? What's your original hair color?
Black.
Do you have to go somewhere to get your bush taken off, or you do this all yourself?
Oh, I do it myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wax or
Yeah, no, I would
shaving?
never wax. That seems insane.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I got a half a Brazilian.
What does that mean?
That means I laid on the. First of all, she goes, take off your underwear. I'm like, no. And she's
Ew.
like, you have to take it off. So I took it off. She goes, put your legs all the way
She
behind
does
your
your
head.
ass, right? Your
So
asshole.
now spread eagle behind my head.
Yeah.
And she puts the wax. She does the
Hot.
whole fucking side. And I was like, what?
They should do little pieces.
Right. She ripped my one side of my
Did
crotch
she
off.
hold your lip down?
I don't know what the fuck she did. But I got up. I go, get off me! And I put my underwear on. She goes, let me do the other side. I go,
No.
fuck you. I get out. And I will never forget, I was with Lynn Coplitz.
You didn't pay, right?
I paid for half. I was with Lynn Coplitz and Debbie Perlman, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you, a baby? I go, baby? I saw stars. She ripped my whole freaking crotch off. I am never doing this again. I only did one side. I was lopsided for a whole, 2 months.
When she did it to me, I don't know what it was, Brazilian or what the fuck it was. She goes, oh, I go, I don't want to take my underpants off. She goes, okay, I'll just pull it off to the side. So she pulls it off, and she does this shit. But they're supposed to hold your skin down when they pull.
Well, she did it.
I know, me too. And I'm like, this fucking hurts. And then she goes, okay, forget it. And she puts the underpants back on.
And they got stuck to
and
you?
they were stuck with wax on my fucking. I had to throw my underpants out. You can't get wax out of fucking underpants unless you like iron them, and then the wax goes onto your eye. Anyway,
You
it's
know,
a lot
guys
of work.
have their assholes waxed.
The gay guys do. And maybe Adam, have you had your asshole waxed?
No.
Have
Do
you
you
ever
shave,
had it
Adam?
bleached?
I'm sure
have
Adam
you, have
shaves.
you ever had your asshole bleached?
I grew. No, come on.
Come
How
on,
much do you
Adam.
groom? What do you do?
I'll report back next week.
Oh, Christy thinks she's
I like
She'll
it. I
report
like it.
back.
you guys are like, I'm gonna fight her off or something. like, no. I just put the guard on. Like I put
What's a
the
guard?
like
to save the balls or something.
yeah, it's like leaves about I don't know
What do you
eighth
mean
of
a
an
guard?
inch.
You buy a
when
On
you-
guard?
a
when
little
you
guard
you
on the
shave
shaver.
the balls.
Yeah.
When you shave the balls, you have to pull the skin because there's so much skin out, extend it, and then shave the balls.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
you have to
balls,
pull
the
the
balls, you
balls.
actually go razor, like you razor, like with a big
Yeah.
razor. Yeah.
You have to pull that sack like an accordion.
How about?
How
And then-
big is my sack?
Wait a minute.
Jesus
That's like
Christ.
Joey Cola's bit where he talks about he uses the thing goes. Zzz,
What is
zzz.
that?
He uses electric on his balls,
Mm.
and the razor gets caught in the seam of his ball, and it goes.
Ah.
Zzz, brrr. He makes the noise
That's
of
horrible.
it getting caught in the seam of his
Oh God.
testicle. Oh, it makes me laugh.
No, that's
so
why you
hard.
can't use the electric one on the nuts.
Yeah,
because
that's what he
you
was
will-
doing, I
yeah,
guess, because
you
his
will-
wife had asked him
you'll
to
nick 'em.
clean it off.
All right, what
Um,
time are we at, Adam?
It is.
Do you have to have a guy who's
9 o'clock.
shaved and all like good down there, or
I don't like guys that shave. I like it. Like,
you like it?
I like
you like a man?
A man.
bush?
You like a man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Patty's
really?
only dated gay guys. So she doesn't
All I
know.
can say is Adam. You're gonna have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah,
let Adam
yeah.
grow it out.
I'll see you in a month.
Okay.
A month.
No, well, she's not going to bang you right away anyway, right? You know,
No.
bang-
She'll
no,
string
no.
you along.
She
Yeah,
does
no.
not give it up that easy.
I am a child of God.
The-
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What? You're
I'd
a
have to
child
get
of-
to know you anyways.
Yes,
first. Yeah,
Adam
'cause
doesn't
I'm
bang
real-
anyone until he falls in love with them, right, Adam?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
We
We'll go
both
with
need
that.
to be on prep.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, prep.
Yep.
Are you on prep, Adam?
I just learned what it was. So no.
Well, hurry up and get on it. Carrie, me and I, you and me and I and myself.
I don't care
Wait,
what
did
he's
I have
got
another
going on
question?
down there because I'm
Hold
not
on,
going
before
down
we
there.
stop, let me see if there's
I
any.
just want to say thank you to our Patreon people because we're at $82 now.
Is there any way you
Please
can
give
pull up
more
our
money.
Patreon names because there's a woman who doubled her money, and I want to thank her, but
Wait,
I can't find her.
Is her name Sarah?
I don't know.
Is that
wasn't
you,
Sarah.
Adam?
Sarah
Adam,
is
is that really you?
Sarah is our highest hitter, but
Yeah, I
there's a
can pull
woman
it
who
up. I can
doubled
pull it
our money, and I want to say her name, and I
Well,
can't.
I want to say a lot of people's names.
Okay, but we don't. Kevin couldn't
Hold
get
on.
in because he couldn't get the thing.
Just filibuster.
Do you-
Okay, here's what I want to say.
Here's the last question. Wait, before you say that.
Okay.
Do you get guys to pay? You look like you have real boobs, but
Yeah.
Do women use men to get breast implants? Like they get the guys to pay for their tits. Is that correct?
Yeah, everything. I mean, I know a girl who has $100,000 in plastic surgery that she didn't pay for.
And is it by the same guy? She
No.
strings a guy along, or it's all
different
different
guys.
So what does she
Yeah.
say? You can see my tits if you give me fake tits? I don't understand how they talk these guys
Come
into
on,
it.
Patty, you that dumb? No, I got a whole house.
But
I got a house.
How is the guy falling for it?
I got a
Doesn't he know?
minivan.
He knows
I
she
got a
doesn't love
swimming
him.
pool.
What is it? What's in it for him?
A blowjob.
Yeah.
A blowjob?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
A
I mean,
blowjob
the
gets you
girl-
tits?
The girl that I
Patty,
know
you are.
that like does. I mean, she's a prostitute.
Oh,
so,
she's a prostitute.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
Okay.
all are in a
So
sense.
it's not just like one. Speak for yourself. So it's not just one blowjob. It's a lot of blowjobs to get. big
Yes.
tits.
Yeah. And I mean, most guys like they don't want love; they just want the blowjob, and then
Yeah,
go
that's true.
away.
They don't want that, or
Yeah.
they have it somewhere else, right? Because their wives won't do what they want them to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, like, love is not. They don't. give
Why do they go to a
shit.
strip club? What are they looking for? Why are these guys at strip clubs? I could ask
I got a
Adam.
hand job.
Well, similar to how there's no one demographic for strippers.
it's all
there's
different
no
reasons.
there's no one demographic for customers
Okay.
either, and
It's like women in shopping. It's the same thing. It's like you're dying to get in that mall.
Yeah, that's true.
They're dying to get in the strip club.
Yeah, that's true.
But
All right.
but it's like all different kinds of guys. I mean, I've had customers that were doctors and priests and Hasidic
Priests?
Jews and
Hasidic
Ooh.
Jews.
Like
the
I mean,
Hasidic Jew guys.
Hasidim.
Yes.
They're always in there.
But priests, that surprises me. I don't
Let
know
me.
why. I always
Well,
think they
what
like
is it with
boys.
the- yeah. So let me ask you something. You don't do plastic surgery because you look natural.
yeah. Well, I want lipo 360.
Where?
What's 360
It's
mean?
when they freeze it off.
They suck it all out of like
All
360
the way around?
degrees. Yeah.
Do you know?
So
Let me tell you
that's
something
why
about
strippers have like unbelievably
Okay,
tiny
let me
waists.
tell you something
that's like
about
the
that.
Kardashians too. They have that all done.
When you do that,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
your body has a certain amount of fat cells all
Yeah.
over. It's like, let's say there's 500 fat cells in the body.
Yeah.
The minute you suction that out of there,
Yeah.
those fat cells now have to re-go
Have you
somewhere
heard
else.
that?
Yeah,
Carrie
yeah,
always
yeah.
tells that.
And then
Yeah.
it'll go somewhere else. It'll
But
go
maybe
to the
it'll
back
go
of
to
your
her ass
legs,
and
back
she
So
won't
of
then
your-
care.
I'll just get more plastic surgery.
Okay.
Wow. What's your, okay? 10
You
years
don't
from
need
now.
it, stupid.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now, Christy?
I'm gonna be a
McRoe?
famous comedian.
Monroe.
Okay.
A famous
And then will
comedian.
you stop
Stripping?
stripping, or will you always strip?
Well, obviously my my comedy act as of now is not viable for the next 20 years. I'm really good friends with Chris Cope. Do you know who he is?
No.
Oh,
We don't know
he's-
anybody.
Oh, okay. He's like a pretty like.
Yeah, no, we know people.
know some people.
Buddy Hackett. we know fucking Don Rickles.
We know Bob Newhart and Johnny Carson,
We know them.
Joan Rivers.
Go ahead.
I don't know
Go
any
ahead.
of
What's his
them.
name again? Maybe I'll run
She's
into
like, I
him.
don't know any of them.
Who's the guy? Wait, who's the guy you know that we don't know?
Chris Cope.
Yeah,
Cope?
whatever.
Yeah, so he was like on Conan and
Oh, we
he's
should
been
know
on-
him,
oh,
Carrie,
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Cope.
He's funny. Anyway,
Can we get him on the show? Can you get him on the show first?
I could probably.
Good.
Is
Yeah.
he interesting though?
Yeah, but he lives in LA. I mean, he tours all over the country doing
Oh,
comedy.
okay.
So
Okay,
anyway,
we don't know him.
we were talking, and he was saying, you know, like that your comedy act's not viable for the next 20
What does
years.
that mean?
blah,
You're
blah,
not
blah.
What
viable
the
for the
hell
next
does he
20
know?
years.
That in 20 years I can't still be the stripper comedian.
Yeah, you're not going to want to be that.
Why can't you be?
You
So-
can be. It'll
Look
be
at
But
Gypsy
that's-
Rose
It'll be
Lee.
the-
Look at
Hold
Gypsy
on.
Rose
Oh,
Lee.
that's my favorite story.
It'll be
I
on
love
for
that
fucking
story.
forever.
It'll be even funnier when you're old and sagging.
Yeah, well, so that's what I say though is that I want to have Snooki like fame. Like I want my own TV show, and I want to be famous for like 3 years, and then I want to drop off the face of the earth.
Wait, you want to drop off the face of the earth?
Yeah, I
So you
just-
want just enough money to live the rest of your life in incognito.
I want to move to Kauai, and then you'll never hear from me again.
Real? Okay. Here's how you need to do it. Okay.
That's Jared Sandler,
Oh yes.
Adam's nephew. So you might want
Is he
to
single?
talk to him. Yes.
He is single. Yes.
Oh,
Work your magic. Maybe he can get his uncle's money for you.
Well, no, get
Here's
the
what you
uncle,
need to
give her
do.
a show.
Here's what you need to. This is how you get your TV show.
yeah.
You buy a club. It's your club, like the guy on HBO, the dead guy, Dennis Hoff. He had his own show at his own. You buy either a strip club or a comedy club or a strippers / and then you own the club. You go up and do your show, and you have a different thing every week. And if you don't have new jokes every week, you have somebody write you jokes. And you go up every week, and people know you, and then you tour, and then you're done in like 3-5 years, and then they what do you call it when a sitcom goes into syndication? Then it goes into syndication, and you can sit on your ass the rest of your life. You don't have to jump on a pole anymore unless you want to, and then you're famous the rest of your fucking life.
Okay,
and
that
you can,
sounds great, Patty.
That's a good idea, right?
It
If I were her
really is,
manager, if I were
yeah.
her mother, I would tell her then when you drop off the face of the earth, stop stripping and meet a
Why
nice
don't
guy.
you tell your daughter to strip then?
Oh,
That's a great idea.
Well, I mean, as of right now, I mean, I'm building my fan base and getting. So my agent.
you have to go
that's in-
viral on the internet.
I'm
That's
working
what
on
you
it.
do. I know.
My agent in LA, I want you to introduce me to managers, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you need to have 90 minutes. And right now I have about 45 minutes. And so I'm just working on building that 90 minutes
Yeah,
up.
good. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't really need a manager. You just need a good agent.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if you want to see her, I don't know whether I saw it on Instagram or if I saw it on Facebook. It's a very sexy video of you bathing in milk, and you're pretty much naked.
Yeah.
Except for a couple
I was
of
bathing in milk.
a couple
Nobody
of
wants to
hand
see
things
that.
over very specific places.
But then again, it
And-
was my own milk.
It's so gross, Carrie. And someone's throwing cereal into your mouth, and there's something. It's a very sexy video. So if you want to see sexy videos of Christy Monroe, they're out there. Where was that? Was that on Instagram or that was on?
Yeah, that's on Instagram.
Okay, they're very.
Okay, so where are you going to be this weekend?
Yeah, anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I have a show at Producers Club, 10 p.m. November 17th.
Is that your strip thing or a comedy show?
No, it's a comedy club.
Oh.
But I'm gonna have my pole, and it's gonna be like a full-on
Strip.
stripping. I mean, I'm producing it, so I can do whatever I want. So it's gonna be a pretty wild.
And
show.
when is that? What day?
Saturday, November 17th, 10 p.m.
Oh, very
At the
nice.
Producers Club.
Producers
very
Club.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and we want you guys to subscribe to our channel, please.
Yes, and it's Patreon / wait,
Oh,
Patreon.
not www, Penny?
Wait,
Yeah,
Wait,
don't
what is
forget the
it?
3 W's.
Patreon what?
Patreon.com/2tiredtwats.
Yeah.
.com /
Anything you give us, a
Two
quarter,
Tired Twats,
$1
TWO.
a month.
Make it
that
rain
will
on them.
help.
Make it
Make
rain.
it rain.
Make
That's
it
right.
rain.
Make it rain. Carrie, maybe we should just come next week in thongs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we'll have no Patreon. No Patreon, Patty.
Make it
Thanks.
rain. I would love
I'm
to have
going
dollar
to
bills
be
thrown
at
in this.
the Pat I can't even say
What
it.
the fuck? You're going to be at a pet store?
No, Pat Kamiki.
Pet Kamiki?
Pat Kamikis Theater.
What's
it
a
called?
pet Kamikis?
No,
What the
no.
fuck are you talking about? Are you
I
high?
can't even say
Are
it.
you
It's
drinking?
the Pat Samicus Theater.
Pexamicus?
Yeah, it's in New Jersey.
Who books that?
Jody Wiener.
Oh, that one.
It's the Paxamis.
I don't know what the fuck. I did it 30 years ago.
And I'm somewhere else Saturday night. I don't even
Okay.
know. But I'll be at Governor's Thursday night and Sunday night
Okay.
in
I
Levittown.
will be in Poughkeepsie. I wish I knew the name of the damn thing. God damn it. Okay, hold
All right,
on. I'm
You're
gonna
just as bad as
No,
I
no.
am.
Let me look it up
You're
very
just as bad.
quickly.
We're going to be somewhere. You're going to just figure it out
I'm
where
going
we're
to
going
be
to
in Poughkeepsie. Just look at my website. Wait, I got to look up Walt Pompolo.
We
What
want
did
to
he
thank the Comic Strip on 82nd and 2nd for having us here every Tuesday night.
I don't know. Walt, where am I going to be? Walt's not watching. Oh, God damn it. I don't know where I'm going to be, but it's somewhere in
Exactly.
Poughkeepsie. And it's
We're too tired to remember, folks. That's why we're called Too Tired Twats.
And then I'm going to be in Long Island for Eric Half, but it's for a private. What do you call it?
Strip show.
No, it's not a strip show. What do you call it when people go and have cocktails and play golf? What is
It's
fucking
a outfit.
country
It's
club?
country club?
It's a
Thank you.
country club that you
it's a
can't get in.
You can't get in
and
unless
you can't
you're
wear
the.
jeans either.
And yeah, exactly. You got it.
So-
So basically, you can't go to either of those.
okay, we need to say thank you to the Patreon people.
Wait a minute. And I'm going to be Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I'm going to be at Lucy's Laugh Lounge headlining. It's the night before Thanksgiving. Your relatives are going to be around. Just you don't even have to talk to them. You come to the show.
Okay.
Please come to the show.
Okay, I'm going to be in my fucking kitchen cooking for 40 people,
That
Patty.
is your mistake.
Thank you.
I do not do that. I
I'm
The
don't
night before Thanksgiving.
The night after Thanksgiving, I'm headlining at Castle on the Delaware. It's a real
Oh, that
castle.
looks like a cool place.
Yeah.
I saw that
An
in your thing.
Actual castle.
And that's a comedy club.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very. Are you bringing your pole?
Maybe
Maybe
it's a
not.
long story.
Oh,
I don't
long
know.
story. Okay, that may be an.
It's
no.
called Pax Amicus. Pax
It took you 15
Abacus.
minutes to figure out the fucking name of
I
it?
can't even figure it out. Anyway, Adam, do we have the names?
We can't get into the
Oh,
account.
I can't get
No.
into the account either because we want to
wanna
thank
just
you.
Thank everybody who's giving us money because without you right now,
Here's the thing. We're going to say your names. We just don't have them because we can't get into the account because we're fucking retarded. But the minute we got in the first time and then we can't get in since then. But
yeah, where's the money going?
we're going to fit. No, do we have money?
We're getting T-shirts made, so we're
We're
going to
gonna get
send
T-shirts.
you guys T-shirts.
Well, wait, no. You don't send them. It's a certain amount of money before they send the T-shirt. You don't send people who are given $1.
You guys might want to have a meeting.
Yeah, we have to have a meeting, Carrie, for fuck's sake.
Some of you are going to get T-shirts, and some of you aren't.
There are some people who, okay, I don't know.
I love
can't-
you all. I think you all should get a T-shirt.
Thank you so much, though, for being liking our.
Yeah, but give us
Too
more money
tired.
because we're really.
Stop begging. It's
All right.
it's really unbecoming to beg.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Christy doesn't beg for money. She like charms it out of you. That's what we need to
Can
do.
you say something to these fucking people for us?
They'll accept denominations in paper money, and you can put it right in their panties.
Thank you. I'll take it in my panty.
You will, and I won't. So Carrie,
Well, my panty is actually big enough
Gee.
for a lot of denominations. I'll take coins.
my white cotton panties go up to my waist.
They're that big. All right. Well, we want to thank you, Christy,
Hey,
for
Christy,
coming.
and thanks for sharing your incredibly
sad,
crazy,
sad but funny story.
But you know what? It's
Yeah.
a story of what do you call it when you
Triumph.
Rise above.
triumph? It's
Yeah.
a story
Yes.
of triumph.
Yeah.
And you seem
She
to have
didn't
your
let
shit
it get her
together.
down.
Yeah.
She rose above it.
You're
Yeah.
like
She looks at it as a bad thing, and,
Yeah.
and she moves on.
You're
forward.
like Oprah.
Yeah, I wrote a book, and
What's your book called?
It's something ridiculous.
Is it out somewhere?
I've sent it to literary agents, so hopefully it'll get published.
You know what?
soon.
Self-publish it if they don't fucking
She's amazing.
publish it.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
girl is amazing.
Yeah.
What's the title again?
Something ridiculous.
Something
But
ridiculous.
I want to try to make it into a movie. It's pretty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam, for
Adam
Sure.
Henniker, who might be going out with Christy
and might be
Yes.
getting
after his bush grows out in
Yeah.
a month.
might be getting a little hot action.
As long as he has something to trade. I
And
mean,
thank you to all people
Yeah,
who
you
are
have
right.
to give
watching.
her a career, some kind of a career.
Uh-huh.
Adam knows no one. No, that's not true. Adam knows a lot of guys. What else do we have to say?
Thank-
Subscribe. Subscribe. That's free. If you don't have money to do that, at least subscribe. And leave us a review. We have really nice
Yes,
reviews.
leave us
Everybody's
a
fucking
review, please.
nice.
We want to thank you, Brian Plato. We want to thank
Magachach.
MW Holiday.
Oh, yeah. And those guys with their great podcast.
They
The
have
My
Man
Worst Holiday.
Brain, My Worst
Mind
Holiday.
Brain, our music, and
Yeah.
Vegas underline 702 does our artwork. So thank you for everybody.
She hasn't cashed the check yet.
She will.
All right.
She's probably not broke.
Thank
broke
you,
like
Vegas. You did a great. I know we're busted. I would have had that thing cleared. Anyway, don't cash my check yet.
All right. Any
everybody.
striptease, Carrie, as we go out? And Carrie?
Would you like me to strip, Patty?
Yes, I would.
I
Just
would
for the
too,
fans
but
on the way out. Maybe they want
the
Christy to
zipper
strip
is
instead.
Stuck. It's stuck.
Christy, any stripping on the way out? You don't
You
have
want
to.
me to-
It's
oh.
like, no,
No,
don't.
she's
She doesn't
fine.
want to. Okay, fine.
Thank you for watching, guys. You guys
She's
are
like,
wonderful.
no.
We love you.
Oh, what just
You
happened?
don't tan either, right? You're the white
No,
stripper.
Yeah, I'm very pale.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of strippers like to tan their body, but I
Yeah.
No,
think
don't
white
do that. It
don't.
ages you, the tan.
Yeah,
really
I
does,
don't.
Dan.
no.
And a lot of guys like some guys like the white
The
skin.
white
Yeah.
pasty skin.
No, let me
Yeah.
tell you, they like porcelain China doll skin. Is what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she has.
That's what
Yeah.
I was told when I was younger.
You have
Okay.
pasty
Yeah.
white now. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much.
Good
Have a
night.
oh no, we're gonna do the next week's show is with Rachel Feinstein, right?
Let me just make sure.
Yes, it is. It's the week before Thanksgiving. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week. You're gonna love the show. It's gonna be
Why
great.
don't I have this written down?
Thank you because you're crazy. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Why don't I have that written down?